Hey guys, welcome to Mikey Yourself. On today's video, I'm going to extend my bags using bag extenders and not swapping out to the stretched bags. So if you've done any research on the saddlebags, you can buy 5-inch, 4-inch, I think there's some other sizes, stretch bags for your Road Glide, Street Glide, Road King. And yeah, you get them color matched. It's cool, man. They look great. I love them. Again, a little pricey, but I mean, if you're just after the look, then there's an available option that's far more cost effective. If you want the extra room, my understanding is those bags on the inside do give you a little extra room. So if you're, looking for that little bit more, that's a way to get it. But I'm going to show you what I did in order to get that same look, but again, for a fraction of the price. Okay guys, so as I mentioned, I'm going to stretch my bags for a little bit more cost-effective way. And the way I'm going to do that is with these bag extenders. So what these are basically caps that go on the bottom of your bag, right? And you want to make sure you get the right ears. They're color matched. For I think it's 2015 and up, and don't quote me on it. You'd have to look for yourself, but I got these through Amazon, and you get the color that you need and then the years you need. If you get the older ones, this is really important because I saw at least one review where somebody was complaining that it did not fit correctly. The other bags, or the older bags, look like they have some kind of like indent to them, and that line kind of comes at a curved angle and flows through into the extender. So the person that was trying to put it on their saddlebag had the newer saddlebags but bought the older saddlebag extenders, and because of that, it was like, it came out a little bit more and there was a gap. So the person was not happy with the gap that was there, and that's because ultimately they must have bought the wrong ones. These are the correct ones. They're smooth. Again, they're color matched. They're very easy to put on. Now there's two ways to do this. One way is to use just the 3M red tape, right? That stuff is super strong. You can stick it to the bottom of your bag and it should not let go. The other option is to drill the bottom of your bag with 5 holes and run the hardware that they provide you through. Now, not everybody's thrilled or jazzed about drilling their bikes, so you have options, right? And that's what I'm just letting y'all know, is you can choose which way you want to go. I'm going to drill my bag. I'm okay with it being open in the bottom. I have a rubber grommet kit that if I feel like maybe I need a little bit more seal around that bottom, I can go ahead and add in those rubber grommets just to make sure, right? And if I really wanted to be crazy and just make sure it was super mounted, you could also add the 3M red tape if you really wanted to, in addition to the screws. But I don't think that's necessary. That's not what I'm going to do. So, pretty simple process. What I'm going to do is take my bags off, get them on the table, throw some painter's tape over it, so that way I can identify where I need to drill my holes. I'm only going to make them big enough for these things to slide through. Get them in, tighten them down, and put them back on. It should be a very simple installation. Let's check it out. Okay guys, so I've got the bag off the bike, and if you know me, anytime I remove anything from my bike, I like to clean it up, right? So I've cleaned up the bottom here. I just used some car wash and detail or waterless cleaning solution there, just to, again, make it clean. So the way this goes on is, you flip your bag upside down, you lay it on top, right? And you're going to mark where you need to make your holes, drill your holes, put your bolt and nylon lock nut on the backside. So you don't need to have a lock washer because these are nylon thread lock. And that should be it. So what I'm doing right now is I just wanted to kind of see, okay, where do I need to put the tape so that way I don't waste any tape. Like I said, I recommend that you use painter's tape in order to do this. And it's very simple, right? Just lay it out. and it just makes the drilling process a little bit better. Um, it helps with one, being able to mark when you need to mark. So if you're like me and you're going to use a red marker to identify where you need to drill your holes, then the blue tape is a much better background to do that on, right? So I'm going to mark my holes really quick. And these things only go on one way, so you really can't, and again, you can mess up anything, but it'd be a little bit harder to do because they're slanted. They only fit one way. If you try to put it on the wrong bag, nothing's gonna line up. So it's pretty straightforward. I would not worry about doing that wrong. So now that I got my holes marked, I can go ahead and drill my holes. I've measured my bolt. So if you don't have something like this, I recommend getting it. You can get it at Home Depot or whatever. And it just has all of the different measurements. And you can take your bolt and run it through the holes to see, okay, well, what size hole do you need? So for me, I can get away with 15/64. If you don't have that, the next size up is 1/4, right? So that'll work in order to get your screw in and out of there. So I've got my drill gun all set up and ready to go. I'm going to knock these holes out real quick and I'll bring you back. Holes are drilled, so all we have to do now is remove the tape. Lay on the extension there by just by the fact that you did it a certain way, the screws all line up or the holes all line up. So then it's as simple as reaching through the inside, putting the bolt through, tightening it down, and being done with it. Very, very simple. So I'm going to go ahead and do that for each of these instead of making you watch me tighten something that doesn't make any sense. So I'm going to do that, and then we'll put it back on the bike. Okay, guys, so I've got that first bag on, and you're going to see a seam because it is a cap. It's not like it's going to just magically blend in. So if that's something that's going to bother you, then this would not be the way to go. If it's something you could care less about, like, so for me, I also like I like the ones that have the chrome on the bottom. Those are pretty cool too, but based on my color scheme, I just kept it with the velvet black. But as you can see, it adds that little bit more to the bike from the back end. So you kind of see the difference there. So it just gives it a little bit better look. Now, the one thing I have to say I'll probably end up fixing is on the inside, those bolts are pretty long, so they stick up quite a bit. You can try to run them down, but then they'll hang out. And I don't know if they go out far enough where it'll be seen, but that's a simple fix. That's a run to the hardware store and just get a shorter bolt. Probably go about a half-inch shorter, maybe a quarter at the most, or at the least, however you want to look at that. And that'll make it a little bit more flush, and those will just be kind of like nubs. So, I mean, as long as you're not putting like water balloons or anything that you're worried about being punctured in here, you should be fine. If you are worried about it, like I said, hardware store run, or if you want, mark them, throw them in a vise, and hacksaw them, right? Simple fix. You can get it done pretty quickly. So I'm going to go ahead and repeat the same process to the other bag, and we'll take a look at what it looks like with both bags on. So here's our finished product. I have my bike all the way down, so it does look a little bit lower than normal, and that is because it is lower than normal. But that those extenders or extensions, whatever you want to call them, they look really hot, man. They look good. I like these. That's all right. And again, like I said, this is much cheaper to do. The quality seems fine. I mean, I was looking at them. The paint job looks good on them. They're made with similar plastic to what the bags are made out of, it looks like. and you know, I picked them up on Amazon for under $100. So if you want to extend your bags, you don't care for the extra room, it's not a big deal to you, and you don't mind that seam, because again, that's a biggie, then this is the way to go. Zero, they have similar extensions, but they have LEDs in theirs. They look bad. They look good, man. Like, I like those ones. You know, just again, kind of don't fit in my budget, so I work with what I got and don't overextend myself. And so I'm just as happy, right? Like, I don't have those LEDs. That's okay. I'm gonna live another day, right? Maybe one day I will get those, or I may end up going to the fully extended bags. All depends on how I feel, I guess, when the time comes and the budget is right. So until then, you know, I really hope you enjoyed the video. You found some value in this one. If you did, hit that thumbs up. If you like my content, then consider subscribing. Like I said, you know, it's free. It doesn't cost anybody anything to subscribe. I produce every Sunday at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you don't want to miss the next video, hit the notification bell and it'll let you know when that video is posted. And until then, I'll see you in the wind.